the smartest film critic in the world, Cole Smithy.
Hi, this is Cole Smithy with ColeSmithy.com and your guide to what to see and what to avoid at the movies this week. While it lacks the oomph of a concrete true crime drama like Zodiac, Denis Villeneuve's innovative suspense thriller keeps you guessing.
I'm going to find your daughters.
Caller reported an RV was parked at a rest stop off Route 46.
Lauded for his deserving 2011 Oscar-nominated drama Incendies, Villeneuve keeps the narrative puzzle moving with a clinical precision supported by Roger Deakins' understated cinematography. The unnerving suspense that screenwriter Aaron Guzikowski develops shifts between characters on multiple sides of a kidnapping mystery regarding two little girls. Vigilante justice plays a key role in the film's dark underbelly of interconnected crime. Every parent's worst nightmare comes to fruition on a cloudy Thanksgiving day in suburban Pennsylvania, where one God-fearing family visits another within walking distance of their traditional middle-class home. Keller Dover, played by Hugh Jackman, and his wife Grace, played by Maria Bello, take their kids, 15-year-old Ralph and 8-year-old Anna, to cook dinner at the home of Franklin, played by Terrence Howard, and Nancy Birch, played by Viola Davis. Little Anna plays with the Birches' similarly aged daughter Joy. As the afternoon wears on, the parents realize that the girls are missing. The unseen driver of an RV that was parked in front of a nearby vacant house presents the most obvious suspect. Evidence of America's failing economy is all around.
Said they're letting him go today.
Why aren't you sending someone out to go arrest this guy?
Well, he has the IQ of a 10-year-old. There's no way he could abduct two girls and then make them disappear.
Keller discloses his survivalist mentality in an opening sequence where he coaches his son Ralph, played by Dylan Minnette, about praying for the best but being prepared for the worst after Ralph shoots and kills his first deer. The patriarch's cynicism resonates right up to the film's closing shot. He's not wrong, though ethically he's on thin ice. Though not an obvious stretch for Hugh Jackman, a do-it-all actor whose brawny presence more than fills the screen, his performance here as a man who loses all sense of propriety in order to locate his missing daughter arrives with an authority of passion that galvanizes the film's unsettling themes, the uselessness of torture being one. Jake Gyllenhaal leads the story's police procedural element as Detective Loki, a personally committed detective whose constant state of sleep deprivation causes him to forcefully blink his eyes. The scenes where Gyllenhaal and Jackman play off one another burn with a white-hot fury. Keller rightfully holds Loki accountable for a complicated investigation, further hampered by Loki's less than competent police chief. Loki works alone, but not by choice. The determined detective captures the RV's sketchy driver, Alex, creepily played by Paul Dano, a mentally indigent man-child with an IQ of a 10-year-old. Without enough evidence to detain Alex more than a couple of days, the police chief releases the case's primary suspect to the care of his white trash aunt, Holly, played by Melissa Leo. A police parking lot scuffle between Keller and Alex provides the distressed father with all the proof he needs to be convinced of Alex's guilt. Taking matters into his own hands, Keller becomes a kidnapper in his own right. Prisoners demonstrates an uncomfortable connection between criminals and their victims whose lives take on dark aspects of their suffering. There's nothing morally comfortable.
You telling me?
This ain't right.
Why?
This guy's a fake. The girls are still out there.
Good and evil don't exist, only a cold gray indifference that might land heads up with a nudge from someone like Loki who cares too much for his own good. Caring is a good thing so long as you keep a safe distance. I give this good crime thriller a B.
There's a lie that all drivers tell themselves. Death is something that happens to other people.
Ron Howard's fast-paced portrait of one of Formula One racing's fiercest rivalries is a hyper-compartmentalized affair.
Because closer you are to death, the more alive you feel.
You're James, aren't you?
Yes.
Everything in Peter Morgan's too tightly knit script occurs as one more bubble of narrative information equal to the last. The result is a moderately pleasing movie whose arc swerves more than it climbs and peaks. Only rarely does the story breathe. Morgan, the screenwriter on such winners as The Queen and Frost Nixon, never allows a single race to fully represent the battle of wits and jealousy between the rivals. 70s-era race car drivers James Hunt and Niki Lauda present the kind of oil and water dichotomy that screenwriters fantasize about. Daniel Bruhl plays rich kid engineering genius turned racer with a steely tenacity that all but eradicates Chris Hemsworth's casual performance as the oversexed playboy racer James Hunt.
What did your wife say when she saw your face?
She said, you don't need the face to drive, you just need the right foot.
Where Bruhl's performance bounces directly on top of every beat, Hemsworth plays his character out of time. The effect only works intermittently between flurries of Grand Prix racing sequences in different cities that are kept too brief for the audience to invest enough in their outcomes, which gratuitously appear in bold graphics across the screen, giving the movie a cartoonish quality. Still, the film has fleeting moments that connect. A scene where the woman who will become Niki Lauda's wife eggs him on to show off his driving skills in a borrowed car makes an elegant segue to Lauda in mid-race at a Grand Prix. Another scene, in which James Hunt lies on his back holding a steering wheel while visualizing his upcoming race in Monaco, provides an exacting view inside the mindset of a Formula One racer. Such moments elevate Rush out of knee-jerk repetitiveness. Clever camera work using small cameras attached to the race cars gives glimpses of what it feels like to drive Formula One cars through S-curves at 170 miles per hour. If only the filmmakers had done more to connect the guts of the race sequences with the inner monologues of its dueling drivers, Rush might have been more than the passably entertaining ride that it is. I give this flawed sports drama a C+. My sleeper pick is Martha Shane's and Lena Wilson's abortion documentary After Tiller. My guilty pleasure pick is Insidious Chapter 2. My must-have DVDs are The Devil Bat Kino Classics Remastered Edition from Kino Lorber, Radio Unnameable from Alive Mind, and Somebody Up There Likes Me from New Video Group. In the 1980s, writer-director John Hughes reinvented the teen genre. It was a time when youth fashion congealed around peppy new wave music with a less political edge than the punk movement that preceded it.
Saturday, March 24th, 1984. Sherman High School.
Hughes' 1985 follow-up to his previous year's coming-of-age girl comedy 16 Candles is a low-budget exploration of familial disenfranchisement and social alienation depicted via 5 high school students stuck in an all-day Saturday detention. Each character represents a teen stereotype of a white bread upbringing. Early on a Saturday morning, March 24, 1984, parents drop off their budding adults at suburban Illinois' Shermer High School, where each student will spend 9 hours sitting in an open-air library pondering the error of their ways. Their assignment is to write a 1,000-word essay describing who they think they are. Their unified literary response bookends the story. Emilio Estevez plays Andrew, a jock from the school's racing team whose father treats him like a racehorse bred for competition. Brian, played by Anthony Michael Hall, is a geeky class nerd whose love of math he displays with the watch calculator he wears on his wrist. Ally Sheedy is an introverted goth who eats sugar on white bread and hides behind her perennially mussed hair. Prom queen Claire, played by Molly Ringwald, wears diamond earrings and brags about her immense popularity. Judd Nelson's agent provocateur John Bender holds court over the social cross-section with a bitter cynicism born of the brutal treatment he receives at home from his abusive father. Each performance is impeccably true to form. We recognize and identify with all of them. Hughes's keen ear for the way teenagers of the era talked is spot on. He also understands how teens earn trust, deflect and invite confrontation with one another, and give away their weaknesses. We see how that dynamic changes when they confront or conform to authority figures such as faculty administrator Richard Vernon, played by Paul Gleason, whose attempts at intimidation don't go over well. Minimalist in its nature, The Breakfast Club is 100% character study. The primary action that takes place involves a group mission to extract pot from Bender's locker, a mission that causes Bender to suffer a more intimate brand of detention, where Mr. Vernon displays the potentially violent depth of his contempt for the students he is entrusted to supervise, if not teach. The movie captures teenagers' innate ability to defeat authority figures and their own misconceptions about themselves. It's an instructive movie written by someone who understands the limits that society puts on teens, as well as the ones they build for themselves as vital defense mechanisms.
I won't tolerate any losers in this family. Your intensity is for shit. Win! Win! Win!
Ironically, considering Hughes's Republican politics, breaking free of those binds seems not only possible, but also probable. Thanks for watching, and visit ColeSmithy.com for more.